That was funny. Hello again.
Guess who's back? Back again. Kely's back. Tell a friend. No. Hi everyone. We are back here for the second part of Survivor 45 coverage, talking about episode 7.
Yes.
Had something to do, but we're back now.
We had to just come.
What?
We had to come back because we just had like a comp to do and something.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're back now.
Yeah, we're back now. And we're
eating dinner.
Yes, we are eating dinner. I will also say that I will also say I do think that this could potentially end up turning into a live react, because we are going to do a live react for episode 8. So we might just go right into it here. We'll have to see. But you know, we'll see what time we have after that. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get into episode 7 here, which I will say episode 7, I definitely did enjoy. They did the same kind of twists they did in 44, but I thought here, because again, the focus has been on the social relationships and not on just the twist and all this weird stuff, I enjoyed this a lot better. I thought the way they did it this time worked a lot better than they did beforehand. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode quite a bit. Although I will agree with you, I think out of the episodes we've had, this is probably the one where I felt the length the most. It just felt a little bit like some things dragged on. Mainly the beginning, I would say, is where things kind of dragged on. But once we got into the heat of things, I think it turned to a really exciting episode.
Oh yeah.
But with that said,
I think
Alan's going to start off.
I think just because it was a little too long, but I still gave it an A instead of an A+.
Yeah. Yeah, but with that said, Aly is going to talk about episode 7 here.
All right. So everyone is reeling from such an insane tribal, and Caleb commends them on the respect they showed him at tribal. And Caleb says people at home would call him a pretty lucky guy, and tonight they're absolutely correct. Tonight they tried to write him off. Every single person on this tribe voted against him. The first time, a shot in the dark correctly, and when someone was supposed to go home. So the big picture is he has a few people who he thinks he can maybe trust, but ultimately he doesn't have any friends here.
Yeah, I mean, Caleb's in a really tough position now where it's like, oh my God, everybody voted for me. Who do I even have? But I think for the predicament he was in, I do think he handled it as best as he could.
Oh yeah, he definitely handles himself very well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Bruce talks to Katurah about how she was so on the fence with them voting for Caleb, and then she did, and he asked if she did it because of the way he was talking at tribal. Katurah is annoyed by how he's acting, and though it is true that she was hesitant, it puts a target on her, and she's currently seethingly, ridiculously, annoyingly pissed. That was funny.
Her hatred for Bruce is just everything for me. I love their rivalry so much. It's everything I want to see. Just give me more of it. I need both of them to stay in for like as long as possible, just so this rivalry can like.
I can see them being besties after the show, though.
Oh yeah, I could see this being like a Jasmine and Turner from like Big Brother 24, where like they hate each other in the game, but then they turn to like best friends.
Oh yeah. So Katurah tells him she wasn't on the fence about voting for Caleb. And then Bruce says his relationship with Katurah has been pit, so the narrative right now is that she didn't want to vote for Caleb to make her seem more dangerous than they all thought. So funny. I love them.
Oh yeah.
She pulls him aside and says that they're all tight and trust each other, and if he has a question, he'd rather him ask her privately than in front of everyone else because it gives the wrong impression.
Yeah, this is such an awkward conversation, may I just say, like...
I know. She assures him that she's fine as long as he assures her she's good and everything, and he says he'd let her know if she wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the kind of conversation where it's like there's two people who don't trust each other at all, but they're trying to hide their disdain for each other, and it's so funny to watch.
They're really trying.
Yeah.
Katurah says she could be having the best day of her life, and the thorn in her thumb is Bruce, who is trying to isolate her from what wasn't a unanimous vote. So not only is he annoying, he's also a serious liability. Oh my god. They just kill me.
Oh, yeah.
Kendra says her and Bruce are supposed to be working with the same people. They have been Bellow strong, but he is starting rifts with his own alliance members, which makes him extremely hard to work with. So she's nervous about moving forward in this game with him. I mean, fair. Caleb thanks Katurah on fighting for him, and she says Bruce flipped on him immediately, not even 5 seconds after. And Katurah says right now she is still in a close connection with Caleb and can still work with him. Technically, she's working with Bruce, but she loves the idea of old Bello plus Caleb. Then they can just let Bruce go. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Caleb tells Katurah he's always had this weird feeling with Bruce, and he felt like Bruce was kind of putting distance between him and other Bello people, like getting mad at him for talking to Kely without him. Oh my god, that was... I just can't with this part.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Katurah says Caleb is becoming more and more aware of how Bruce is, so all she has to do is convince a few other people around that he's got to go. And then Kendra tells Kely she thinks they can get Bruce out because she doesn't really trust him as a number anymore, which Kely thinks Bruce is going to push for Caleb, and then they discuss blindsiding Bruce, which was spicy. Like, obviously, I really like the duo of Kely and Bruce, but I mean, she definitely knows he's causing rifts.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the issue with Bruce is that he's still trying to do what he did in the beginning, but it's not effective now. Like, people aren't willing to bend over backwards for Bruce, and he wants them to. And I think even someone like Kely, who was a great ally for him, is now just kind of like, yeah, well, I'm not doing this anymore.
Exactly.
Like, I think the fact that Kely especially is looking elsewhere is like really bad for Bruce.
Oh yeah.
Because she was the one person like really looking out for him.
Like,
and now she's like not.
I mean, spoilers, she does kind of look out for him later, but
yeah.
So Kely has been saying, she's been saying she's over Bruce. He's not the most strategic guy, and he's an extremely emotional player. But she does think he has a lot of trust with her, and has been telling her she's his number one, which is exactly what she wants. So at this moment, she's happy to keep him in this game.
Yeah.
Then Emily says that she has a very special relationship with Caleb in a way that is only cultivated going through the trauma they experienced on Lulu. So she's feeling very sad about lying to him, and it's hard, but she recognizes that if she's sticking her neck out on the line for him way too much, it shifts the target from him onto her, and she can't have that happen. So she's resigned herself to the idea of letting him go. I will say Emily's been kind of just like chilling and vibing and doesn't have much this episode.
Yeah, no, this episode, well, I don't think she was that essential with the vote.
No.
So I feel like that's probably why she didn't have like a ton.
Yeah. So she talks to Austin, who asks if she thinks Caleb would really want to work with her right now. And just he's the only person he trusts, so she feels bad about it. Emily says her gameplay right now is to reestablish the relationship she had with Drew and Austin that were cultivated on the Bello tribe. She talks to him about how if Kely goes, he is an idol, and he says he doesn't need her to go because that would put a target on him because he doesn't have anything left. Austin says now that everyone knows that with Jay gone, instead of a 3-way shared extra vote, he's going to have a 2-way shared steal a vote with Kely. But one piece of information that he knows, and maybe Drew, but he doesn't know if he put the pieces together yet. Caleb only stopped 11 votes instead of 12 because he didn't vote for him. Finally, he has a regular idol, and it's fully active until Final 5. And after all this work, it took 13 days for it to get there, and he has it now. His idol.
He has so now he has the idol. It's
so good. His idol has reached his final form, and he could be the most powerful person on this island with one of the best shots to win the game.
I mean, I will say, I don't think Austin is winning the game. I just
No.
feel like the more he goes on about this idol, I feel like he's going to end up getting taken out by
Yeah.
the idol. Like I feel like that
Yeah.
he's
I could
either
see.
not going to play his idol or like he's going to and it's not going to work out. Like he's going to play it incorrectly and then he goes the next round.
Mhm.
Something just tells me like the idol will be his demise, but we'll
I could
see.
see somebody like a Jake or a Bruce like idling him out.
Hmm. Definitely.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we get to this next part where Caleb says every moment he's on the island with Bruce, it's apparent to him that he's only played the game for about 14 hours before coming there, but he has to find a way to work with him. So Caleb talks to Jake, who they spend a lot of time together in this episode. He talks about how if he thinks Bruce is still coming after him hard and how he could repair some of that. And Jake says he's wicked excited that Caleb is still there. He wants him to stay in this game for a significant period of time. And he wants his alliances to be original Bello members and Caleb. The problem is that Caleb and Bruce aren't really seeing eye to eye on most things. So they got to come together because he needs to build numbers in this game. Um, Bruce then Bruce then talks to Caleb that he's always been honest with him and he'll constantly be honest, like he stumbled and landed on his ass and got up before the 10 and now just go with it. He tells him he loves his honesty and fight, and his fight was his fight at that moment in time. He then tells him that his son was a quarterback and threw a pick because when you're a quarterback now, you're thinking that the other 10 guys on the side of that ball are going to be like confused. He tells him be wary of the bedfellows that he keeps, which are parent terms. And again, I've said this, like, Bruce doesn't know how to not be this like dad type persona where he's like giving advice and things like that to people that just don't really want it. And that's like his issue right now is he doesn't really know how to not play as someone who's like leading his tribe when he's very much not. And that's absolutely hurting Bruce and continues to hurt him, I think, in this episode. So Bruce says he likes Caleb. He can see himself in Caleb at 30, very manipulative and always smiling. Because of that, he was a primary person to be voted out last night. And he says that it humbled him, but he's unsure how long it's going to humble him for since he's got a great personality. But it humbled him for at least 12 to 13 hours. He talks him in a way that it's kind of like a check. He says himself and Caleb are trying to mend the fences that were perpetually out there. But Caleb's on the out. So for allies, he has Jake and his number one, which is Kely at this point. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of all Bruce has right now. So Caleb says he wants to reassure Jake that he can work with Bruce, but he had one of the most frustrating Survivor conversations of his life with Bruce, and he doesn't care what his viewpoint is. It's taking everything inside of him to try and work with this guy since Bello Beach. He feels like he's one of his kids. He doesn't know how he made it to 28 years without telling Bruce what to do. I thought that was really funny. So Bruce talks to Kely about moving forward, which she doesn't really want to ask him so many of those questions. And he tells her that basically he tells her that he's, there's never any malice in the questions he asks, which she thinks is just low keyness. He also lets her know a lot of people are recognizing the celebration between Katurah and Kendra. And Kely says her main problem right now is dealing with Bruce. She's giving him genuine advice and she's having a hard time getting through to him. Again, trying to tell him, like, you need to change your gameplay. And he's not. And at some point, he is going to be this liability. She doesn't really know what to do with him right now. He's been an anchor that she's been dragging around this whole game. He's like his way or the highway and keeps these vendettas against people such as Katurah and Caleb, which he can't let go. She likes Bruce as a human, but as a player, he's very difficult. So even Kely is getting very frustrated by him right now. So she talks to Jake, who asks her what her and Bruce, talked about and how happy Kendra and Katurah are that Caleb's here. And Jake thinks they can still use him as a number. And she says she does think that Bruce will be in the hot seat a little bit. And if he keeps acting like this, it will be a problem. And he agrees. So Jake says they have 5 original Bello and they all need to come together, which is what he's trying to push. He knows that old Reba wants to stick together and he sees the Reba Bello war coming. So he's going to need numbers in this game and he's going to have them. And if he's going to have them, Caleb's going to be one of them. So Bello's looking really bad and he's got to do something about it because it's not the direction he needs this game going. So yeah, Jake is in a really tough position right now. for sure. So he talks to Kely about making a group with Old Bello plus Caleb and Emily, and that they both need to talk to Bruce and tell him to suck it up and work with Caleb if he wants a fighting chance in this game, even though he doesn't listen. You know, that's his big thing. He just doesn't listen. But with that said, like I said, this part of the episode
like, he's very direct, so sometimes it's just like he needs to just chill.
This part of the episode was a little bit dragged out to me, like I said, but things really do pick up with this very exciting immunity challenge that Allie's going to talk about.
Actually, no. I thought that was your name.
No, it didn't. It said me for the immunity as well, but I just read that note, so it didn't make sense.
Oh, okay. So for today's challenge, they're going to hold on to a pole as long as they can. When they drop their out, last person left standing wins immunity and cannot be voted out. Very straightforward challenge, but a very hard one for sure, because they really got to hold on. But there's a twist. There's a twist, which is that they're going to be divided into 2 groups of 6. The person who lasts the longest for each group earns individual immunity, and in addition to they're playing for reward, which is that the person who lasts the longest out of everybody earns for their group a visit to the sanctuary, where good things happen. They'll enjoy an afternoon of do-it-yourself tacos and soft drinks, and they earn the right to go to Tribal Council second, which matters because both groups are going to go to Tribal Council separately, and tonight 2 people will be safe, and 2 people will be going home, but the first person voted out will not make the jury, which is honestly brutal.
Yeah, this is the only thing I don't like. I'm not a big fan of that first person not making the jury. I feel like the only time, if you want to do like when they first make the merge, I definitely get that. But I do think that in terms of like after the first merge vote, everybody should make jury. Like there's no reason to not make jury at this point. Like the way it played out was fine with who ended up going, but I just don't think that this made a lot of sense in terms of like one person doesn't get to go to jury, one person does. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, same. Like, sorry, I was just like responding to the game that you're hosting.
I'll be right back. You can continue to talk. I'm just gonna put my dinner away.
Sounds good. But yeah, I just think like both of them should have at least deserved jury, you know, like not just the second person, they both should deserve it because they already had J Maya, sadly, who is not even on jury either, but it is what it is. Maybe next season, you never know. So, red team, Jake, Dee, Austin, Julie, Caleb, and Katura. And then blue team is Bruce, Sifu, Kendra, Kely, Emily, and Drew. And then after a very intense challenge, it is down to a showdown, but like where Kely and Dee have won individual immunity for both their teams. And then it's a showdown between like who's gonna last longer to win reward. But Kely obviously is struggling, and then Dee is like pretty solid. So Dee ends up winning reward for her group. So it was so freaking iconic. Like just having 2 badass women up there winning individual immunity and fighting for a reward. Like they both just absolutely killed it. And we just love women being in power, and they just amazing. Dee and Kely, they're phenomenal. And then Red will spend the day eating tacos and then having to vote someone out. And then Blue, on the other hand, will be heading back to the old Lulu camp and have nothing to do except figure out who to do at Tribal. So I'll just stop there for now until Kevin's back. Then he can give his thoughts. Right. Oh, did you hear? Because I was reading all the stuff for the challenge, and I was saying like how amazing it was having 2 badass women represent. Yes. Like honestly,
absolutely,
he definitely does give like immunity streak vibes, and then Kely obviously is my winner pick.
Yeah, something tells me that she is going to something tells me that she's going to go on like a Franny type immunity streak here. But the difference with Franny is that she was kind of in a losing spot. I feel like Dee is in a winning spot, and I feel like as long as she's able to continue doing what she's doing. I can see her making it really far. In fact, out of everybody in that group, I kind of see her making it the farthest at this point. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if I see Drew getting to the end anymore. I kind of see D getting
Honestly,
to the end.
Drew and D are the two that I see making it the farthest.
Yeah. Especially after this episode.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think Julie's going much farther, but we'll see.
Yeah, unless they decide to flip and go the other way, but
yeah, but yeah, very, very exciting challenge all around, I would say. You know, especially it was like literally down to the end with it seeming like Kely was gonna get it, and then D got it, and it was just very exciting to watch.
It was just such a great one to watch.
We also love the women dominating.
Hell yeah. Like obviously Kely was like struggling there at the end, and then D was like solid. So getting into the red tribe, they all head back to the taco bar and toast to getting to eat after 14 days. D says today's challenge was no joke with an individual immunity, and they are all going to tribal second. So her and her team, whoever goes home tonight, makes the jury. She says they're all having fun, but it's weird to her that she has to be in the sanctuary with someone she has to vote out, which that was funny. I like D. She's great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, D has some great moments in this episode.
Oh, yeah. They all enjoy tacos, and Katara talks about while tribal is still something to worry about, sharing a meal takes away a lot of stress. And then Julie questions if they're all voting for Caleb, and it's all she's thinking. She's a little worried because she's not safe, and she's worried if Caleb can get Jake and Katara to split the votes and get something because he doesn't stop. He is the cat with 9 lives, and she's just hoping he doesn't find his ninth life at her expense. Apparently, I cannot talk there.
I know. Kind of struggling.
So Jake knows everyone wants Caleb to leave after getting so lucky last night, but he doesn't think so because it would be bad for his game right now, and he needs him as a shield and wants to go deep with him. They are all halfway there, and the game starts today, and now is the point where he's trying to figure out what alliance to be in moving forward within this game, and he thinks everyone is thinking that right now. People know who's tight with who, and they all see it. And he thinks D is the biggest threat in this game, but she's safe tonight. And he thinks Julie is a weapon for her, and he wants to disarm her, so his target is Julie.
Yeah, I mean, this episode really shows. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, Jake honestly, like, really impressed me this episode. Like, he is definitely.
He did. My worry is that I don't think he has the power that he thinks he does. Like, I really worry for him in the next couple episodes. If he's able to get past the next couple episodes, then yes, I think Jake is going to be someone to really watch out for. But considering how things go for him here, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a really
he could literally go tonight. We don't know.
Literally, he could, honestly. Like, we'll see. So
he's not in a great spot.
No. So Austin talks to Dee and asks if she's thinking Caleb, and she says she is, and he says he wants to do whatever she decides, and he'll push whatever story she wants. But she is climbing up everyone's power ranking in terms of threat level. And she agrees, especially after today and the call out yesterday. So there is potential benefit of keeping someone who also has a high threat level. And she says she feels everyone put his name down last night, and that says something. Yeah. Dee says Austin wants to vote Caleb, likely wanting to keep the big threats, but she's the one in a position of power. So they're all voting Caleb no matter what. And she thinks Jake will want to work with them because he's easy to persuade. And he knows if he were to go against all of them, they would go against him. She doesn't feel much will go wrong tonight. She doesn't think much will go wrong because last night at Tribal, every single person wrote his name down. So if they take him out tonight, no one will be against them because everyone wants him out. So Caleb is a goner.
Yeah.
So Julie and Dee talked to Jake about him calling them out last night. And since now they're in a position of power, Caleb has to go, and he seems on board with it. But Jake feels with all these votes, he keeps getting told what to do, and he doesn't want that. He needs to take control of the game, and he knows he's going to get flack after he does this, but he doesn't want to just survive. He wants to play Survivor and wants to win. Like, That was amazing. I like that part.
Oh yeah, that was a really great confessional. And I will say, I mean, I do think that Julie is in a dangerous position just
Yeah.
because like the way they've been showing her on the show, she's had like different perspectives from everybody else, never really fully getting her way, kind of
Mhm.
really emphasizing her and D, and it just kind of makes me feel like she's going to go at the expense of D.
I can totally see that now because, like, even if she's vulnerable next round, like, she doesn't win immunity, like, I could still see Julie going.
Yeah. I think they try to get D out and Julie goes. Like, I feel like that's what's going to
Mhm.
happen.
I can totally see that.
I could be totally off, but I just feel like based on this episode, like that's where they're headed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jake and Caleb congratulate each other on making the jury. Jake says it's a cool thing, but that's not the goal of this game, which Caleb agrees with.
Yep.
Caleb tells
This is a
him
very important conversation.
Oh, it sure is. It's so good.
Yes.
Caleb tells him he's been thinking strategically what makes the most sense, and he asks what that means, and he tells him he thinks they need to tell Katurah about Bruce's idol. And the reason is because if Austin tells her, he will weaponize her, and Jake is unsure if now is the right time to do that. Jake tells him he's trying to win and he needs people he can trust in the game, and they 100% wanted him, such as calling him out last night. Jake tells him that them and Katurah are 100% voting Julie tonight, and if it comes to a tie, Austin's playing this game scared and doesn't want to be a target. He tells him he opens his fat mouth and starts going and talks about how he's a bigger target than him. And same with Caleb, and Caleb tells him to talk to Katurah first.
Yeah, and I mean I think everything they do up to this point was good until something they do next.
Yeah. So Caleb says Austin knows about Bruce's idol, and Katurah doesn't. And Katurah's the third vote they need at this tribal council. So if they let Austin share that information with her, she might flip on their entire alliance and end their game before they even have a chance to begin.
And I get what they're thinking here. Like, it's good to let Katurah know what's going on, but the time to do that was when it happened, not now.
Yep, exactly.
Now it feels like they're just doing it so they can include her.
Like they should have.
And she can vote with them.
She should have known already.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
like if they were gonna do that, they should have done it last round.
Yeah. So Jake says the plan is to put 3 votes on Julie. If Katurah himself and Caleb vote Julie, and Julie, D, and Austin vote Caleb, that would put them in a tie and then get an opportunity to revote. And if it's still a tie, then D is safe. And the people who got votes are safe. And then Katurah himself and Austin draw rocks. And Austin is really scared in this game. And once they go to a revote, he thinks he can convince Austin that they don't have to go to rocks. Katurah asks Caleb what he's pitching, and he says he's leaning towards Julie, and she asks if the votes would be the 2 of them and Jake and who else. He says it would be potentially Austin or potentially Rocks, and that's part of the reason why they were like, maybe they should vote for Julie just because they both think Austin's more likely to play scared, and she agrees. He then brings up to her that Bruce has an idol, which he is not happy about, and asks how he got it. And he says it was buried in their shelter, and she says this means she's on the outs, even at Bello, because they all knew she had this idol for a long time, and that's big. And he apologizes, and she says she knows the 3 of them will vote together, and he says he hopes they can get Austin at the revote.
And I just don't understand why Caleb said it like this. I think what he should have done was completely just frame Bruce, say, Bruce told me not to tell anybody, but I need to tell you now. I think that if he had told her this, like when they got to the merge, like this could have been really good for him. Now telling her when he's vulnerable, it feels like he's just telling her so she can be a vote. So it doesn't feel like genuine. And I just feel like this was a really bad call. I think it was best to just not tell her.
Oh, I agree. Like they should have just kept that a secret.
Yeah.
Because then
I mean, she would have found out anyway. Like he plays the idol, she finds out. It doesn't really matter.
But like Caleb, at least like if they didn't tell her here, Caleb probably could have possibly stayed. Like they could have had Katurah's vote.
Yeah, I think literally they did everything right except telling Katurah. I think that was probably Caleb's downfall here.
Yeah, exactly. So Caleb says Jake and Katurah are ready to fight for him, and the big thing he's learned over the last 24 hours on Survivor is that the quantity of options is not nearly as important as the quality. And when we really think about how serious the word trust is, it means having a strong alliance of multiple people that would that one would do anything for, and if that loyalty is shown, it will be returned.
Yeah.
So she talks to Jake and asks who he'd rather go home between Julie and Caleb. Julie or Caleb, and he says Julie, since Caleb isn't voting for him and is a target in this game, and he feels Dee is wicked powerful and wants to disarm her, and she agrees. She says she needs him to tell her what's going on with Bruce, and he tells her that he has an idol, and she asks when he got it, and he says it was on the day they left the shelter, which is why he was looking for the rings and why all of them were the ring. He was never even lost, and she is clearly upset she didn't know any of this, and she tells him she trusts him.
Yeah, I mean, you can just tell, like, Katura's not voting with Jake here. I don't know why Jake is confident that, like, they have Katura. Like, I feel like in this situation, like, the way Katura was like, all right, tell me what you actually want to do, was kind of getting him to vote for Caleb. I think that's what she was trying to do here. Just because, like, she wasn't happy about what she found out.
She's like, really? Like, I should have known this.
Yeah. And then now I think her now knowing that, like, Jake faked the whole ring thing, it makes it even worse.
It does. Ugh.
Like, at this point, I see Katura going fully to Reba at this point. That's what I think is going to happen.
I could see this being, like, this is good on paper, but, like, it's not the best either.
Yeah, it is a good strategy on paper, but the problem is, like, you got to think about how that person's going to react, and I think it would have just been better if they just waited until Bruce played his idol.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
or tell her when Bruce is getting the votes. Like, Bruce isn't even on this beach right now. There's no reason to tell her this.
Exactly. So Katura says this is a good plan for her because she wants to protect Caleb as he is a shield against Bruce. And on the other side for Reba wants to vote Caleb, which would make it a 3-3 split. It also turns out all the people in her close alliance knew about Bruce's idol except her. She's hoping she's not falling into the survivor trap of emotions and stuff. But now she's kind of feeling like she might vote with the Reba people tonight. But her problem is her, Dee, Julie, and Austin don't really know each other, which is really scary. On the other hand, she's been working with Jake and Caleb for quite a while, but she doesn't fully trust them. So the stakes are super high, and she's still processing it all, so she's unsure of what to do. Yeah, she could literally go either way here.
Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get to the blue tribe here, which is not nearly as exciting. It's still fun to watch, but, like, it's not as exciting as the other tribe. Basically, on the Lulu Beach, Kely tells them that she's sorry. She tried really hard. Kendra tells her that she's proud of her, and Sifu tells her that she fought with everything she had, and everyone tells her how incredible she did. Kely says that she's obviously thrilled that she won. It's the best feeling ever. But since she wasn't able to outlast Dee, whoever goes home is not making jury. It's really difficult to think about playing a part in killing somebody's dream. So Drew talks to Bruce that he's willing to go anyway with him. His preference would be a Sifu blindside, but he's open to any other alternative, which Bruce asks if he has an idol. And Drew tells him it's possible. There's a lot of whispers about it. And Drew says that his preference would be to take out Bruce, but Bello has the numbers with Bruce, Kendra, and Kely, respectively. So he, meanwhile, has Emily, who does trust, but she is on the outside. And then, of course, there's Sifu, who probably has an idol. So if they want to target Reba, he's screwed. But there is a saving grace, and that is his safety without power, which would allow him to just leave tribal without voting. But he stupidly left his bag back at Reba Beach, which, like, I'm sorry. After what happened in 44, there's no excuse for leaving your bag. Like, you know what happened to Matt. There's no excuse for leaving your bag at this point. Like, you should have it on you at all times. Like, it should be a rule at this point. Just have your bag on you, you know?
Don't pull a Matt there. Like, bring it with you.
Well, at least with Matt, what I will say to him is that he didn't know he was going to need it. He didn't know they were, doing what they were doing. At least with, like, he didn't know that was all going to happen. But at least with, like, him, so that I'd give them more on the producers for not giving him, telling him that you need your bag. I mean, Drew knows, like, what happened here, and he should have had that. So exactly. He says he can't get to it, so he's shit out of luck, and now all his game has been reduced to is begging. So he talks to Kendra, which she tells him that she wants Bruce out. She tells him that she'll pull him in for that, and she then tells Emily and Sifu about it, which Emily tells them that they were hiding it, like there was going to be some crazy thing. They talk to her about how Bruce may have an idol, and the point is to keep it cool so they don't give him any sense that it's him. And Kendra says that with the way the tribes have broken up, she sees this as her shot to finally get Bruce out. They have to be smart about getting him out because he's paranoid, which is really scary, especially if he feels like he doesn't trust her. If he plays an idol, it could be one name written down and she could be the one going home. So Kendra's really worried here. So Kely talks to Bruce about his thoughts, and he says that his name is being dropped right now, as basically being dropped right now, and by Kendra, and he knows so. And she says she doesn't think that's good for any of them at this moment, even for her, despite them both having some disagreements. So she feels that the three of them need to vote together and then see what they do from there. And I will say, Kely plays this round so well. Like everything she does, I was very impressed by. Just the way she talks to people, I just thought was so good here. Really making sure she gets done what she needs to get done. I feel like a lesser player
like slays this round.
Yeah, I feel like a lesser player, Kely gets clocked for what she's doing. But the fact that she was able to pull off what she did, generally just really impressive. I think, honestly, Kely, for me, is probably the front runner to win right now. I think she's just playing such a fluid game. She is recognizing what's good for her, but she's also trying to forge new bonds. I mean, she's just really killing it so far. So
she sure is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So basically, Bruce says if his inclination is correct, Kendra wants him to go. He can see her going around trying to pitch it to everybody. And from day one, he's not had a conversation with her in regards to strategy, alliance, or anything like that. And when it comes down to it, he has a great level of protection. Him and Kely are rock solid, and he has his idol. So if he feels he needs to use it, he will. This is the thing. He doesn't realize that Kely is wary of him. He doesn't realize that Kely is starting to get sick of him because Kely is doing such a good job of making it seem like she's like the only person that Bruce has in his corner, which is just, again, just so good on her part, the way she plays this.
I know.
So Kely says this morning she knew that Kendra wanted to target Bruce, but the thing in her head is that she doesn't think tonight is the night to do it. Bruce is a hard person to work with. She knows he trusts her, and that's valuable to her. And the plan right now is for her to get Kendra and Bruce to get on the same page. Whether it can be salvaged today is going to be hard. So, and this is really the big part where it's like, can she actually do this? Can they put aside their differences? And well, we'll talk about that. So Emily talks to Sifu, who really doesn't get much screen time in this episode. Emily's really not here that much.
Yeah, she's just kind of like
she says
this round.
Yeah, I mean, her vote wasn't that important, so that's probably why she wasn't around much. But she says that they're going to make it through this, which he agrees they have to. He says he feels it makes the most sense to go vote on Bruce, and she agrees, and she has no real working relationship with him. And Sifu tells her that he thinks he's the target in this dynamic, and she doesn't really think so. She thinks he's going to be okay. So Sifu says hitting the beach at Lulu really made him realize his mortality in this game. People are saying they're voting Bruce, but he feels Bello wants to take out Reba, and he's a big target. So he knows it could potentially be him tonight. Him going tonight means he's not on the jury, and making the jury is a dream of his. So it does break his heart that tonight it very well could end up being him. So Kely talks to Kendra about how she's terrified that Bruce is going to play his idol and ricochet it onto her. And this is a very important conversation for these two to have. Kendra at this point has zero interest in working with Bruce. Seems like it's not going to happen anytime soon. And then this conversation just really turns things around, because she tells her she has to reassure him that he's worried she's going to come after him. And the problem with Bruce is that it's so hard. And Kendra says that he just doesn't change. Kely says he has vendettas against people like Wikatura that he simply can't get over. He's stifling everything, and he's so difficult, but he can't go right now because he's literally an incredible shield for them that no one will take to the end. And while he's nervous about Kendra, she needs them to repair it. And the thing with Kely that's so good here is when she says that he's a good shield for us, she means for her. Like, he's a good shield for her. She needs Bruce in this game, and she's making sure that they also think they need Bruce. So
exactly. So good.
She asks her what she wants to do and brings up how Sifu is someone Reba is happy to take out and is a huge wild card, meaning his jury vote would be extremely unpredictable. True. So Kendra does agree with her that he is a good shield that no one would take, and they can both really rely on him as a number. If she had her choice, he would be going home tonight, but Sifu is the second great option because Reba's having problems with him. Bella would also love to see him gone, so he's just kind of an easy target. So she goes to Drew, telling him that the two of them, Kely and Bruce, are going together tonight, with Sifu being the main target. Again, just the way Kely was able to get her to switch immediately is just so impressive.
So great.
I give basically all the credit to Kely here for this. So
me too.
Drew is unsure about this, as his relationship with Sifu has not been great. He can't help but think that Bruce is a better move for his game, as he has a lot of power, which I would agree. I think Bruce going is much better for Drew. But with this group of 6, he thinks it's an opportunity to get Bruce out, but it requires Kendra to keep her nerve. So Kendra tells Bruce that she knows, and Kendra actually does go to Bruce here and tells him that she knows they haven't hit it off from the beginning, but this is the time they need to work together. And they tell each other they got each other, they're with each other. She tells him she wants to give this a chance to flourish. And they discussed with Drew that this is locked in. It seems like now, okay, she might actually try to work with Bruce here. So he talks to Kendra, saying that they want to go against Sifu, but there's also Bruce, which is a possibility. And the problem is he's such a hard guy to read, and he feels like he's targeting him when he talks to him because he isn't giving him much of anything. And she agrees, and he says potentially the safest route forward is to get Bruce. So Kendra says she's really nervous right now because this is a big decision. They have Sifu on this side and Bruce on the other. They're tipping back and forth, and she doesn't know which will hit the bottom and get out of this game tonight. So she talks to Bruce, saying that it's crazy playing with someone like Sifu, who is such a fucking wild card, which, I mean, yeah, that's basically how he's been portrayed. So she can't get a straight answer from him, and it's all really crazy. So Bruce says that Kendra says she wants to vote with him, wants all the things in the past to be squashed. Trust is definitely earned. It's not given. And he trusts her as far as he can throw her. Going into Tribal tonight, if he feels a little bit of tension, he's not sure about what's going on, he is going to play his idol. And I really thought he was going to. I was ready for it to happen.
I know.
We'll talk about what happened.
I feel like he's probably going to play it like next round or something.
Yeah. So Bruce asks Kely if it's circumstance or coincidence that Kendra hasn't talked to him this much in this many days. She says yes. And he says he likely will be playing his idol tonight. And she asks why. And he says it's because there's too much going on. And she says that he shouldn't. And what Bruce doesn't realize, this was all orchestrated by Kely. That's the only reason Kendra went in, is because of Kely.
Absolutely dominated this.
Yeah. So she feels Bruce has become too paranoid, and working with him is the worst part of her game. She's still sussing out what she wants to do. She's very torn and wants to make sure she's making the smartest decision for her. She's feeling very stressed, and this is a real do or die moment. Please don't ever mention do or die again.
No.
She needs to figure out which way to go. She knows Reba wouldn't have a problem with Sifu going home. In fact, they might be fine with it because he's such a huge wild card, and wild cards can make it through this game.
Yeah, Sifu was literally expendable to them.
I mean, look at Gabler. Like, Sifu's literally Gabler in the position that he was in, and he won.
But, I mean, Sifu's actually a lot more likable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as he isn't going off on Twitter like Gabler does. But anyway, Bruce has been her struggle this entire game. She knows he has an idol and needs to be blindsided in order to get him out, and he has been dragging her game now, so who she chooses to take him out will probably be the most important move for her game. This really makes me feel like she is going to take him out. She is going to be the person to orchestrate his elimination, probably with Katura. It's just not going to happen yet.
Yeah, not yet.
So, but yeah, with that said, let's get to the blue tribal here and talk about everything that happened.
Okay, so with the blue tribal, they all shake their heads at the beginning of tribal council, knowing they can't catch a break, which is true.
Yeah.
Drew talks about how with the twist in the new era, this one determines the jury, and people want to make the jury. Also, the stakes are extra high, and it's an eclectic group of people, with 1 from Lulu, 2 from old Reba, and 3 from old Bello. So it's the will she, won't she question if they're going to stay tried and true or branch off.
Is it bad that I forgot Emily was there? Like, she literally had like nothing to do in this episode.
I know, she was just like literally vibing this episode.
Yeah.
Like, this was probably one of the first episodes she had like nothing.
Yeah.
So Kendra says they all need to have a bird's eye view and see through all the options, so it's a good chance for her to build trust who she wants to move forward with. And then Bruce says it's important to keep in mind that the bonds they still have, they can solidify a bond with someone they have. So in this small group, if a bond does not hold true, it could be friction, and now you're looking at fracture. In the fracture, someone could come in and fill in those gaps, and then you're out. And
Yep.
then Kely says it's terrifying because all through this merge portion of the game, they've been put into random groups. So, literally by random rock draw, so that automatically blurs tribal lines. And if they're really gone, it's still hard to say because they haven't actually had an opportunity where every single person is on the table.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, it's true.
that's what's been so exciting is that these tribes haven't stuck. They've been put into tribes the entire game. Now
Yep,
they're finally not going to be in tribes in the next episode.
exactly. Sifu says what he senses tonight is something he has never sensed before, knowing he has a threat and he's a threat and people are seeing him that way and he's hearing it.
Yep.
Bruce feels everyone has a different take on it and he understands how Sifu feels and he feels a similar way, having that little knot in his stomach. But if he can rely on competitions he's had and trust that he's built with other people that are here and observe throughout the course of the day and see their body language and read people that way. So Sifu feels there is a complete division right now between Bello and Reba. He wants to be loyal moving forward and a meat shield, and there's a lot at stake that he doesn't know if they're taking into consideration.
Yeah.
Kendra says people may say her, Bruce, and Kely may work together, but following the words of her mom assuming makes an ass out of you and me. It's
Yep.
funny. Bruce says they can perceive whatever they want, but if they feel they are going to continue building something they have in the past, they need to execute it. And if they have loyalties, they can strengthen them with the decisions they make tonight.
Exactly.
So it's then time to vote, and despite consistent talks of a split vote pretty much all day, it just ends up being an extremely straightforward vote with Sifu going and becoming the last pre-juror by a vote of 5-1, where obviously Bruce is the one.
Yeah, I was disappointed by this. I was really hoping this would be like a more exciting vote. I wanted to see some Kendra votes in there. I wanted to see some maybe an Emily in there or something. Like I wanted to see a little bit more.
Like mostly all of them get at least one vote. It'd be spicy.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more chaos. But I will say, not shocked by Sifu going. He always kind of struck me as a pre-juror character. He never struck me as somebody who is a juror. He's not that he's just not as three-dimensional as some of the other people. We really don't know a ton about him other than he is good at Tai Chi and he was like really pissed about the vote he was supposed to go on. So I wasn't too surprised to see Sifu go here. And honestly, if anyone was pre-jury, I'm fine with it being Sifu.
Same. Like, I really like
just because I wasn't connected with him like the others.
Yeah, like he's a really good, like he's a nice person. He's very fun to watch. He was just so like unpredictable. Like I don't even know who he would really stick with. Like if he made it past here.
I don't think he would have had much of a chance.
Yeah, I don't know what he would
the next round.
I don't know what he would have been like as a juror. So like this is probably the best move out of this group, but still a good person.
Agreed.
So in his retrospective, he says that he felt the whole day that something was gloomy and it was his impending doom. He did everything he wanted to do. In his day-to-day life, he is an instructor, but out here he's a student of the game of Survivor and he appreciates it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say about Sifu before we talk about the next tribal?
I mean, if he ever comes back, just hopefully does a little bit better and actually works with people better and not just be like a huge wild card. But I still enjoyed him. But honestly, him being the last figure is fine for me.
Yeah. All right, so it's then time to bring in the red tribe. Jeff then congratulates them on making jury. This was definitely the more spicy tribal, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff congratulates them on making jury, having a say of who wins, and also having a chance to enjoy their time at the sanctuary. Dee talks about how they got back to camp and they were talking about how they have to have their little office hours now. For the most part, she feels like she had genuine conversations today, very open and honest ones. Whoever makes the jury today, she feels they're a family now, which is insane. Even just being at the sanctuary bonded them today. So Jake says they had a great time at the sanctuary. It was a lot of fun, but someone's got to go home today. It's tough because you come out there and think you're going to be some kind of robot, but he respects all those people and he likes them all, but there's not 12 sole survivors. There's, of course, one. So Julie says the way he said it was perfect. They're not robots. She really thought she could come in and compartmentalize. Now it's about investing in them and having to invest in them for that trust to matter. So if that gets severed, it's not just a game, it's part of you that's devastated. So Katurah says this is her first tribal. She's not safe. So she knows exactly that feeling of talking to some people. If she can trust them, if they believe her, and if they'd react, you literally won't know until you come in with that terrible snuff. And that's true. Katurah is one of the only people that has not gone to tribal yet and be like eligible to be voted for.
Exactly.
So,
like she's vulnerable,
yeah.
even though she doesn't even get any votes.
Yeah, spoilers. But Jake says he feels like everyone's just trying like everything's good, but everything's not good. It's crazy. His mind's going wild. He's sure everyone else's is too. But tonight's vote is about getting to the next step of the game and who he can trust and rely on and take him further. Caleb also feels it's interesting because he tried to take his foot off the gas over the last few days. It's been crazy where the last tribal he got 12 votes and was way too popular. He appreciates the shout outs, but he's got to figure out if he's moving forward in the game alone, or does he have the possibility to move forward with allies? So he's been trying to show people transparency, and he's an ally that people can rely on. So D feels that it's all about how people perceive what Caleb thought and how much he's built the bonds he has right now. And Katurah says they all know Caleb has been really transparent with all of them since he doesn't have a choice. They were all their last tribal. And on one hand, it's great because he'll be willing to work with anyone and has nothing to lose. But on the other hand, he has nothing to lose. And she knows it will boil down to what her gut says of who she thinks she can really trust and who's having a conversation with her is what it will come down to. So, I mean, this kind of confirmed that Katurah was probably not voting was not voting with Caleb here. So we get to the actual votes and oh my God, Aly froze. What are we going to do? But I'm still going to read notes regardless because we kind of have to because the episode's going to come on soon. But let me just text her real quick. But basically, we do get to the vote, and despite once again there were all these conversations of a split vote, it does end up being relatively straightforward with Caleb being out by a vote of 4-2. Obviously, Jake and Caleb both voted for Julie here. He does become the first member of the jury, and yeah, he congratulates them on fighting so hard. Jake then confirms to Julie that he put the vote on her. They can talk after, which we'll definitely get into that because I don't think Jake's in a great spot for doing that. But in his retrospective, Caleb says right when he thought his game was about to take a turn, he got voted out. He couldn't have played a more different game than the one he saw coming onto this beach. First member of the jury is not at all the place he wanted to go. But he never gave up and fought until the very end. So he's proud of how he pushed through in this game. And I'm disappointed about this. I really loved Caleb a lot. His ability to connect with people in the way that he did is what I aspire to. The way that he was able to just get people on his side that had no business working with him prior to that. And suddenly they just love him. They want him in their alliance. They want to go far with him. It's just so well done. He had such a great social game, and I think he did a really good job with that. I think the problem is that when you have such a flashy play like he did with the idol,
we gotta love StreamYard being mean to my connection.
Oh yeah, I'm just talking about Caleb going. What I was gonna say is like when you have such a flashy play like Caleb did with his idol, it's very hard to come back from that. And I think that's really what hurt him here is that people saw him as this really great player. His game got exposed. I think especially Bruce doing what he did certainly didn't help. And I think that I will say, I do think there was a path in which he could have still recovered. I think him and Jake could have really pulled something off here if they had just not told Katurah about Bruce's idol. I think that's the one thing that really hurt them here. And I think if there's anything they could have done differently, it's that. I think if they don't tell her about the idol and just kind of let it happen, let him play it whenever, and that's how she finds out, I think they'd be better. I think they absolutely should not have told her when it happened. I think they shouldn't have told her about the idol. It was irrelevant information. Like Bruce is not on the team. What is the point of telling her about his idol? I really didn't understand it at all. And I think that's the one thing that both of them just did really wrong here. So yeah, it really sucks to see Caleb go. I thought he was just so likable throughout. He was absolutely the person I was rooting for the most, but at least he made the jury. I'm happy about that. It just really sucks to see him go. But what do you want to say?
Like if I will say if they went to tribal first, Like, I would have been
Yeah,
so sad that Caleb is last preacher because he definitely
me too.
deserved the jury. So I'm just so happy he at least made the jury. He's the only Canadian this
Yeah,
season, and he like absolutely killed it. Like, I mean,
yeah.
if they didn't tell Katura about the idol this round, they probably could have made something
Yes.
happen.
Yeah,
Because
that's what did it.
yeah, but it is what it is. I'm sure once if he comes back, I'm sure he will. He'll probably like make it
I
even
love seeing him
farther.
back.
Maybe he'll win his next time. We'll see.
Yeah, he
Um,
just had really bad luck. He, was on a losing tribe almost the entire time. He really didn't have much capital after he swapped. People really started to see through what he was doing, and it
yeah,
just really ended up hurting him after that shot in the dark play. There's just
I know.
wasn't really a lot coming back from that. What I do want to ask you is Jake. So Jake tells Julie that he voted for her. Do
Mhm.
you think this is like bad for Jake now? Like, I think he could potentially go in this next episode.
I could possibly hurt him. It really just like if he can like really do damage control, he could probably be fine. But
Yeah.
he could definitely be a potential person who goes this tonight.
I feel like
Like
the only person he has is Kely.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he does have Bruce too, to an extent.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, he kind of needs to have Bruce kind of needs him because he doesn't have anyone else.
Yeah,
So,
but
but
but yeah, I definitely think this episode. I mean, I could see Bruce being targeted, but I feel like he'll probably play his
yeah,
idol or something, or we'll see. So I could see it being a Jake. Um,
yeah,
I could see it being like maybe one of the Reba four. Like I could see it
mhm.
being one of them if people decide to target them, but we'll see. I'm excited. Also,
Yeah, and the big
I'm just gonna go on cast just to be safe in case Paramount Plus
okay.
is does its little glitches.
Yeah, because at this point, I think we are just gonna go into the live react because like the episode's literally about to come on.
I
Um,
know.
so surprise, this is a live react now. Everybody join.
Oh, did you read his retrospective?
I did.
Oh, okay, perfect. But yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
so
did.
happy. Like
Um,
at least Caleb made the jury, which I'm very happy about.
yeah,
But
he's a
so yeah,
very good first juror.
oh yeah, like he at least has a say in who wins. It's just I wish he could have made it farther, but
Yeah, me too.
he still killed it.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing I will definitely say in regards to tonight, of course, the big thing that we have to talk about is the return of the auction that's happening tonight. So that's really exciting. I can't wait to see how that all ends up going down. Oh my God, Ellie froze again. Um, but yeah, I mean the auction tonight, so excited to see how it goes. I've never seen them do the auction on the show before. It has been, I think, since Worlds Apart was the last time they did it. So I'm really excited to see how it all goes down. I think it's going to be very, very exciting to watch. I'm gonna come back to see if maybe Ellie will be unfrozen. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna transition to my other camera because we're gonna start the live react shortly.
Sorry, I'm back. We don't like when StreamYard's mean. Okay, so we have to do okay, so um we will be watching soon. We're just have to join something for a game really quick. But yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go off camera for now. Hi. Oh, hi, we're back. Also, I'm in the cast, by the way. I'm on the cast web because the app was being weird.
Oh, okay. I'll get it ready then. They're probably just doing a recap right now, so we're probably fine.
Yeah.
I did change the name of the video, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's literally just on commercials right now.
Oh.
We're good.
That's so
Hasn't even
funny.
started yet. Yeah, Paramount Plus is like delayed by like a minute, so we're fine.
Oh no.
I mean, it does that.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, it's on for me, so we're gonna get started.
Okay. I think it should be working on here. On the web. What the heck? What is wrong with cast?
I have it playing. I
Shit,
have it
I don't know.
playing.
Oh fuck, I'm gonna put it on Paramount Plus. Give me like a second.
Yeah, it's not. The cast is not working.
It's not?
Not for me.
Freaking
No, I don't. I can't see. I can't see anything. Like it just says. It just said watching, and then when I went to like where the chat usually is, there was nothing there.
Oh no, I was on the app and I was reloading it.
No, the issue was that when I went to like the
Okay,
website.
I got it. I have it on.
Okay, let's get started then.
I hope Paramount Plus doesn't get all mean to me.
Well, either way, very excited for this episode. Yeah, Jake is fucked.
Yeah. We'd love a women's alliance if it actually works out.
Uh, I mean, I don't think Emily is gonna be down for that, but we'll see.
No, because she kind of needs Drew and Austin.
Yeah.
Dance with me.
On the live react.
Hell yeah, sure. No viewers at the moment.
Probably because they didn't know it was a live react.
I mean, we ended up just like finishing off episode 7 and going right into it. But we also had to do an orc thing beforehand. That's why we were dead air for a bit. So excited about this auction.
Here we go. D has 900.
That's wild. Also, it kind of like cut out for like a few minutes or like a second or so or a minute or so, but whatever I miss, I'll just go back and watch later.
Okay, it's on commercial now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't have. I mean, I don't have a ton to say other than I think it's definitely Jake or Bruce tonight, just based on the way
Yeah,
what they've been showing.
I can see that. But I feel like Bruce is gonna play his idol in that sense.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna make us think it's Bruce, and then Bruce plays his idol, and then Jake goes.
Probably. I can totally see that.
So yeah, Bello's fucked.
Also another thing, we can actually talk about in the org we're in together because we're on the same swap tribe.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, there isn't really much to say right now. Just it's mostly just the auction.
Yeah.
But we'll see later. We'll see after.
I mean, D has the most money, so like,
That's crazy to me.
we'll see what happens. So what happens in an auction usually? Like, have you watched any seasons with an auction?
I have. I'm just trying to remember because obviously certain seasons it's been like a while, and I definitely want to go back and watch certain ones. I think it's
I'll
just
watch
like
with you because I've seen very few.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we could definitely like maybe in like off seasons we can just kind of watch some together and
When's off season?
well, when Survivor's done and whatnot.
When we're watching 500 other shows, yeah.
Literally all of our other shows, we're just going to do season reviews for. And I will say for House of Villains, we are kind of behind, but we're just going to do like a paraphrase. We're going to probably just read our notes for episode 1 and then 2 through this week's episode. We're just going to kind of like paraphrase, give our thoughts because that's a lot of notes to read and write. Since we've been so busy, we couldn't really like take notes. So for those first few, we're probably just going to like give our thoughts on and stuff. And then just next week, we can probably start weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get on
Just
that
because
one.
like we're probably gonna start catching up on the episodes this weekend and throughout the weekend and then do a podcast like maybe Monday or something.
Oh, they're showing the Madam Web trailer. I was very disappointed by that trailer.
I actually Emily messaged me that she would see it. She's not a huge Marvel person. Like she's seen a couple with me, but I know she's seen like the first Avengers with me, and I think she
It's
saw
not
something.
really Marvel. It's like
Yeah,
separate.
yeah, but like she said she'd see it. I do think it looks decent, but I feel like I hope it's better than the trailer because the trailer does look kind of messy.
I just think it looks very incoherent, and it seems like it's going to be yet another disaster from Sony. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping it's good because
The
it's one of
acting
my.
also is not good. Dakota Johnson is sleepwalking through that trailer. She does not seem like she wants to be there.
I'm hoping it's better than the trailer because this is one of the movies I was very excited for.
Yeah, me too.
We will see. I mean,
Especially because it's like,
Sydney Sweeney will be good. I just hope she's not wasted.
I don't know. She just kind of seems like the wide-eyed like high schooler that like is pulled into this whole thing. Like it just seems like nothing about that trailer doesn't feel like something we've. Oh, it's not back for me, but cool.
I guess maybe our streams are just different.
Yeah, mine was lagging a bit, so that was fun. I have a trailer for The Amazing Race right now, which I've heard is very good this season.
Maybe we will watch that as a season review at some point.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I've heard this is a good season. But anyway, oh, it's back. So I assume there's no immunity challenge tonight. It's just going to be.
Yeah.
Oh wow, no advantages.
That's like crazy.
Well, from what I heard, the reason they stopped doing the auction was because Jeff said they just took the advantages. They didn't take the others.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Bruce with 80 for me.
Okay, so whoever has money left is that tribal council. Is that what he said? Like
I
that's who
think
can be
that's what
voted
he
for.
said, yeah.
So you want to lose money here. They said we want food.
They all get to have something, which I love.
$900 for a milkshake? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, literally. Like, what the heck? That's it?
And when he pulls out a whole steak dinner, then what, D?
Yeah, literally. Fish eyes, that's it? Would you eat fish eyes? Okay, I'm on commercial now, and I have a trailer for Madame Web. That's wild. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go take my plate upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, it's on commercial now for me too. Yeah, so first thing to talk about, of course, no advantages at all. I think this is good. I think it's good that they have other ways to like get advantages and things like that. Cause from what I heard, Jeff said that like they stopped doing the auction because everyone was just bidding on the advantages and they were just holding until then. They didn't bid for anything else, and it was just really boring. So I think it makes sense to just kind of get rid of the advantages, focus on the food, find a way to get them to stay fueled and excited about the game. This is exactly like what we need. I feel like we definitely needed this like a few seasons ago. It keeps things exciting. Something for them to look forward to. Like I enjoy this a lot. It's very fun to watch. Um, and just seeing the way some of these people react about food is just crazy. Like I can't even imagine not being able to eat like that for like 15 days and then getting to, just for like fries.
Sorry, I was just going to the bathroom and taking my plate upstairs.
Okay.
All right.
No, I was talking about the auction and how exciting
Yeah.
it is to see people react to dipping fries in ketchup.
I know. They're just like, I need food.
Yeah. But I mean this is exciting. Like it keeps them fueled and like excited about the game. I feel like we needed this
Yeah,
like in like 43.
definitely. Like, um, especially with oh god, with fish eyes. I cannot believe he ate that.
I mean, when you haven't eaten anything else, like, he really wanted that sandwich, okay? This is him making up for not getting to eat that sandwich.
Honestly, yeah, true. I have a trailer for Lawman Base Reeves. We need to watch that.
We do need to watch that.
Maybe tonight when I'm home. Well, maybe after I do my
Yeah.
one Matilda comp.
Yeah.
Also, a trailer for Yellowstone. I need to continue that. I'll probably just
That's about to end soon.
That's a show I'll probably just restart at this point.
That's about to end soon.
Yeah. Oh, it's back.
I completely missed out. What did Drew end up getting? Oh, pizza. What did Drew get?
I don't know. My Paramount Plus cut out.
Oh, it's pizza right now.
We'll have to. That's okay. We can just go back and watch stuff we missed later.
Is it working now?
I think it just does that when there's a lot of people watching.
Is the last item. Oh shit! 5 people with money left.
Spicy.
Would you buy a toothbrush for $400?
No. Not even if it's like a really good one.
Probably like a big steak dinner or something. She said, "I want a margarita," and it was a fucking margarita and a sandwich.
Why does StreamYard keep on messing up today?
I don't know. It's like it doesn't like you today.
It's annoying. Let's see if Paramount Plus loads now. Here we go. Okay. I'll just rewatch what I missed later.
Oh shit! Bruce lost his vote.
That is crazy. Also, it's on commercial for me, but I just saw a Wish trailer.
Okay, so it seems like he is gonna play the idol.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's probably smart for him, especially with
Yeah.
no vote.
Yeah, that was a really fun auction though, I thought, especially like just seeing their reactions to things. Kely wanting the margarita and then getting the margarita was so
That's so
good.
good. I love
Yeah.
it. That's so funny.
Like she said, I would really love a margarita, and then it was a fucking margarita. That was so good.
It's so amazing.
And then who brushed their teeth?
Well, that's something I missed because it
Oh, well,
was cut.
somebody brushed their teeth, which I thought was really funny.
That's
Like
okay.
I thought that was a
I
fun
mean,
auction to watch.
anything we miss, we can just go back and watch, and then we can just kind of talk about on like next week's episode or something.
Yeah, but with that said, I mean, I do that every year. Like generally do that every season. It's so fun to watch. It keeps them energized. It keeps them excited. They have something to look forward to at the merge. Like I want to see that all the time. That was so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah. I love that we're talking game while we're like on a live stream.
Mm.
Well, we'll talk more about it after. Also,
I don't think we can talk about it in case somebody joins, but
no. After sorry. I'm seeing the Marvels in like 2 hours, so I'll probably
exciting.
so yeah. But I mean, obviously, it's not very long, so it's not like I'm gonna be gone like for
It's
like
the
ever.
shortest Marvel movie.
Yeah, I read it was like 1 hour 45 minutes. I'm like, that's crazy. Because usually they're at least like
Yeah.
an hour 50 something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm excited. I hope it's good. Would you ask for a margarita during a Survivor?
I don't like margaritas, but sure. I mean, if I
I mean,
haven't drank like
I think
anything
you
else,
had
yes.
I think you had like a sweeter one. Like what was it? Either May or when you were here last month. It was like a sweet one that you liked. I'm pretty sure you had one, but it was
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There was one
but
I
it was
really liked in May.
yeah, it was like a sweet one though. So like it wasn't like too crazy. Cause like
Give
I'm
me a
like
blue give me one of those blue Hawaiians at your work any day. I'll fucking like
the
it's so
only
good.
literally the only alcohol I like is anything sweet.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's back.
Not for me. It's still Amazing Race. StreamYard hates you and Paramount Plus hates me because it wants me to be behind
I know, right? With your own plus 150 too, but
and find out stuff from everyone else.
I like this moment with Kendra. Oh shit, this Emily and Drew moment. Okay, yeah, she just ratted out the all girls thing to him.
Okay, I think she's doing this the best way she can. Like, she's not ratting them out. She's just trying to, like...
Yeah. She is, but she isn't. Okay. I am on commercial. So it looks like they want to go for Bruce, but I mean, especially with him not having a vote, I'm pretty sure he's using his idol. So we'll see what happens now. It's gonna be spicy.
So basically, what we suspected was going to happen is what's happening. Katara is like going to Reba.
Yep. Well, if anyone, they trust probably Emily over her.
Yeah, but I do think this is good for Katara, because I think if Bello implodes, she has Reba, which I think Bello is imploding.
Definitely.
Like, I could literally see Bruce and
Yeah,
Jake going back to back at this point.
Yeah, so like with if Bruce is gonna use his idol, I assume Jake's gonna go.
Jake, yeah.
Yeah, I could also possibly see like a Kendra maybe if it's like I don't know.
I mean, yeah, with that moment she just had, it did I will say, that did kind of feel like her swan song. Like, it felt like this is like, they're showing this before she goes.
Yeah, I don't see it. There's no way it's Kely. There's no way it's Katara.
There's no way it's Kely. And it's definitely, yeah, it's not Katara.
Oh my god,
I will say, though, I think Emily... What?
Go ahead.
I think Emily handled that the best way that she possibly could. I think that her going to Drew and saying, like, I don't want you to tell anyone else about this and things like that. It's good because now Drew like has incentive to work with Emily, but also Emily can still continue her relationship with all the girls. Like, I think that's the best way to go about it.
Yeah. Also, I just saw a tweet that I sent it to you. It says, if you had told me on day one that we would have seen Emily twerking.
That was funny. That was funny.
So funny. Also, I got this pop the other day, just from like DoorDash or whatever. It's like these Zevias. They're like a healthier, well, like less calorie and sugar pop, and it's called Dr. Zevia, so it kind of tastes like a Dr. Pepper.
They are not our sponsor of this podcast. However, we do recommend.
Honestly, Zevia or Stanley or Panera or anything, or Crumble Cookies want to sponsor us?
Please not Stanley. Please not Stanley.
Why?
We've seen enough of Stanley.
Hey, I got you one for your birthday.
Yeah, but like, I'm just tired of you getting them constantly.
No, you don't.
You have like 5 of them at this point.
I mean, you like when I get them. You just like to tease me.
Yes, I do. So what do you think is going to happen here?
I mean, I don't know. Either someone's going to tell him he's the vote, or he's just going to like use it anyway because he has no vote.
Yeah, that's the thing. He has no vote.
Maybe they decide to try and break up Reba. Who knows? We will see. I'm kind of excited.
I mean, the thing is, Bruce was already fucked to begin with. He only had $80, so he couldn't even bid on anything.
Yeah, he really didn't. Like, I do feel bad for him in that sense.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ooh, I got a trailer for the Grio Awards?
The what?
I don't know. Some kind of awards. It was hard to read it.
The Grammy Awards, probably.
It didn't say Grammy. No, it says yeah, it says Grio.
The Grio Award. What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
Byron Allen presents yeah.
I don't know what that is, but good for
Oh,
him.
it's towards like African Americans.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
We love that.
We love that.
Yes, also it's back.
All right.
Okay, it's on immunity.
Well, I'm surprised they're doing an immunity challenge. I thought the auction was going to be it.
Yeah, I actually thought that too.
What if this episode, since it's like almost 9, what if this ends on a cliffhanger and we don't have tribal? What are you going to do?
I mean, that would be spicy, honestly, but I don't know. Would it happen?
I mean, it's 8:52. There's only like a half an hour left.
Yes, they get rice.
They're doing the negotiation.
Oh my god.
So Dee's not going on an immunity run because she just sat out.
Oh no.
Maybe Kely wins again.
Maybe even though Paramount Plus decided to cut out again. Woo. I don't know why it does this. What am I missing? Because since Paramount Plus is being rude again.
They're holding onto a rope with one arm. It looks really fucking painful. With like bamboo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will be watching this again when it's up on my TV. Oh, there we go. It's back. Okay. That time I reset my OLA.
Well, Kelly's out.
No.
So it's Julie versus the two people most likely to go home.
What? Could you imagine if Bruce wins? Holy shit!
I thought Jake was gonna get that. He seemed the
Honestly,
most
I'm
steady.
kind of. Oh, I'm here for Bruce winning. That's just like very exciting. I mean, he did. He needed it most.
Holy shit, Bruce won. So he's not going to be playing his idol now.
He's immune, so unless he uses it on like one of his allies, like Jake or something. I do think him winning immunity over Julie is a little more exciting because, like, he definitely needs it most. I mean, he could have just played his idol, but like,
Katura's reaction is so good.
it's so funny.
No, this is literally like what we want to happen, like for the target to then get immunity. Like it's so
Yes.
exciting.
Oh, I love when targets win immunity. It's
Because
so
I don't know what's gonna happen now. I think it's gonna be
good.
Jake, but I don't know.
I could see it being Jake, but I could also possibly see somebody going for a Reba, maybe.
Yeah. Well, this is the time now
Oh,
to take like
be interesting. Like, say like they target like Jake or something, but what if like Bruce uses his idol on him and they idol out one of the Rebas?
oh my god, if they idol out Austin, I will fucking oh my god.
I would literally like
I
laugh.
kind of want to see that happen. That'd be so spicy.
I know.
The season is so fucking good. Like
Oh my
we've said it
god.
before, but like
This tweet, it says find someone who looks at you the way Jake looks at a light Jaeger.
it was so good. I thought Jake was actually gonna win that. He seemed like the most steady, and then it
Yeah.
ended up being Bruce.
That's wild. Like,
Yeah.
I like when the targets win.
Oh yeah. Same.
It's just way more exciting. And like he definitely needed it, and like it's just so good. I want this rivalry. I just want this rivalry to stay.
Yeah. Don't get out Katura.
No, I don't think she
I
would
don't think
go.
they would, but like.
Mm-mm. I feel like if it was any of the Bellows, it'd be Jake or Kendra.
Yeah. Me too.
It wouldn't
I
be
could see
Kelly.
them also going for Jake, and then ends up being Kendra.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Oh my god, Kirsten tweeted, "Why is Jake so obsessed with why is Jeff so obsessed with starving these people?" I mean, true.
He's got to motivate them, you know.
The season's so good. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
It could literally be an A+ season.
Yeah. This is.
Yes, I have a Mean Girls trailer.
Oh, cool. Are
I hope
they showing us on? Are they marketing it like it's a musical or?
no.
Well, I don't want to see it
No,
then.
it's playing Get Him Back. I'm so excited. I hope it's good.
I hope so too. I'm gonna be annoyed when people watch the movie and be like, I didn't know this was a musical because they fucking marketed it as one. I can already see that happening now. People are gonna be like, I didn't know this was a musical. It was so jarring.
That's so funny. It's such a great cast, though. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, it's a great cast. I just hope they start marketing it as a musical and not a remake of the 2004 movie because it's not.
It's not. Has similarities, but still.
There's some key differences in the musical.
Yeah. Okay, it's back for me.
Oh, it's still on the Mean Girls trailer. I'm surprised they're showing like full trailers
I'm here
and
for
not
it.
just like TV spots. I guess they said writer strikes or actor strike is over. We're just gonna like show trailers now. We want people to go back to the movies. Which yes, support your local cinemas. And also don't support your local physical media
Yeah,
places, but don't support Best Buy because they're getting rid of physical media.
not that. We like Best Buy, but not with that part.
No, we don't.
Wait, why are they getting rid of physical media?
Because they're stupid.
Yeah, he doesn't have a vote any say, so he's just vibing.
Why is he going to play his shot in the dark?
I know. No, Drew, do not go for Kely. Oh my god, if Bruce plays his idol on her. Oh my
Did Dee
god,
and Julie run back to Kely about this? Oh my god, I need that to happen.
please. Well, now they're going to tribal, but it's. Oh god. Could you imagine if like Bruce used what if Jake somehow stays and what if Bruce uses his idol on Kely? This is gonna be spicy.
This episode is so unpredictable. Oh my god. Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't either. I'm so
Because it
excited.
seemed like Bruce was like when Jake went to him and said, "Is there any chance?" Bruce said, "Like I'll think." Like he wasn't opposed to doing it, so he could. I think really the question is, does Kely know her name is out there?
We'll see.
Because like if she does, then yeah, maybe Bruce will
I'll
just
be
play the
so
idol on
sad if
her.
I'll be so sad if she left.
Oh, me too. But like, oh my
Who's
god, what an
I'm trying to
unpredictable.
if Kely goes, I'm trying to think who's my next winner pick.
Um,
I mean, Drew is pretty high up there if he pulls this off.
yeah,
Drew and I mean maybe Emily because she's in a good spot.
definitely Emily for me. I think is
Drew, I'd
definitely
say
smart
like
one.
yeah, I'd say like Drew and Emily probably.
D.
Yeah, I could see D as well. Unless they do go for her like before final three, but I can definitely see her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if Jake doesn't go here, what's the likelihood that he is at the end of the game?
Like, oh my god, could you imagine if he uses shot it in the dark, he's safe, and what if Kely does too?
Oh my god.
Please. This is gonna be so good.
That would be so fun to watch. I'd love that.
I know. And why is Paramount Plus so mean?
But they don't want you to see what happens at this probably really exciting tribal.
Yeah, I know, right? Like they're like gatekeep Alley.
Yeah.
I'm resetting my Paramount Plus.
Also, I mean, I think it's worth saying. Amazing fucking episode. Like, so unpredictable. Have not been able to tell what's going to happen the entire time.
Like, yes, I've missed some stuff because of like connection and everything, but like everything I've seen, it's so good. But I'll definitely go back and watch when it's up on my TV.
Well, here's the thing: Dee and Julie did not seem down for the Kely vote at all, so I don't think it's gonna work.
I don't think so either.
I feel like Drew's gonna get like Austin, probably Emily,
I'm
and
trying to
then like
think,
maybe
like what if like say Jake does get votes, he uses like a shot in the dark or something, and it's safe. Who would they vote for?
if they don't vote for Jake.
Like if Jake somehow stays, if he's safe if he uses a shot in the dark.
If someone rats out that Drew tried to do what he did, then I think Drew could go.
I could see that, but I could also I could also see maybe Julie because of last time getting votes.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
This could literally be like the most random fucking vote.
It could even become like an Emily blindside.
Yeah, literally, like anything could happen here.
Like I don't even know, honestly. Like it could be anybody. The only person
Yeah,
still on it. The only person is that's safe is Bruce.
which is so funny because it seemed like he was the person like least likely to stay.
Also, if he doesn't use his idol for anybody, like he has that next round.
Yeah.
I'm honestly happy because I don't want Bruce to go yet.
No, yeah.
Iconic. Could you imagine if Katura and Bruce are in the final three?
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
Who would you want to be in the finals with them? I'm trying to think.
Well, because I'd want to see Katara win in that.
Yeah.
So I would say take like I don't know, like an Austin.
Yeah, I could see an Austin.
Because I think Austin just gives me zero vote finalist vibes.
He kind of does. Because like I feel like Drew, D, and Julie are all people who could win.
Yeah.
Austin, it's hard to say.
Austin just like literally all he'll say is, "Oh, Jay took my sandwich."
Could you imagine if he said that in his like speech or questions?
It'd be so funny. It's just like if Matt brought up Riley, I'm gonna throw my remote at the TV. But
I mean,
anyway,
at least Austin's actually nice and not problematic.
oh my god, try.
Hey, you're ahead of me now because I'm still on commercial.
Oh, great. Now I don't have to find out that Kely was being targeted through you. I can find out through the show.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Jake is making this so much more suspenseful than it needs to be, and I am so here.
Oh, same. Honestly, I'm living for Jake these days.
I also agree with him. Dogpiling is not fun. Like, I like split votes.
Same. I like split votes way more. Unless it's like really early on being united, but like later on, no.
Dance to the voting music with me.
We are very strange.
Tell that to our 0 viewers.
We didn't really like say it was a live react because we just kind of continued on, but it's all good. No.
Well, he tried. Let's see what happens.
It left Jake, Kendra, and Katura and Bruce all confused. Well, I guess she's not winning, but what the fuck?
Fuck.
She was the last person I would have suspected to go.
That's why this is exciting.
I mean, Drew did pull that off. It was all Drew. The first two jurors, like, what the hell?
I generally would never have expected this. Oh my god.
I mean, it's a great move, but like,
Oh yeah.
I will say, yeah, literally, this was all Drew.
Well, her going to Austin and being like, "Were you behind this?" and him shaking his head. Austin also has 2 idols now.
Oh no, I know. Also, yeah, I mean, yeah, with like Jake sacrificing his vote and then Bruce losing his vote, we missed out on a split vote.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That was so
I love
good.
when he was like, "Oh, people are playing Survivor."
That was definitely a great episode.
Oh yeah, holy shit. But wow. And her,
I guess,
I also feel like she's not like I feel like she's gonna be bitter at Emily now because Emily like went to hug her and she's like, "You did this."
yeah, she probably will. I feel like at this point, Emily's a 0 vote finalist.
I could see that. I could see
I could,
that.
I could see, well, I mean, besides like maybe Caleb, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, Kelly's probably going to be like rooting for the Bellows at this point.
I will also say I like the fact that Kely does like is not like wasn't happy about it. Like we
Oh
haven't
no,
seen that kind of reaction in like a very
she
long
was
time.
he was pissed. Jake
Yeah.
was like, "What the fuck?" And then
Yeah, Jake was mortified.
Kendra, Bruce, and Katura were all just confused.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
So yeah, I think Bella's kind of fucked now.
Yeah. I mean, that was a great move, but like that sucked because I thought she was gonna win.
Me
But
too. Me too.
we also thought that about Caleb too.
Yeah, now I generally couldn't tell you who's gonna win because I feel like if I say they're gonna win, I'm gonna curse them. So
Mhm. Yep.
nobody's winning.
Yeah, no, let's just like not say that. Let's just not pick a winner pick now because they'll probably leave next.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my god, that was insane. I'm glad I didn't cut out for that tribal.
Yeah.
I have to leave shortly. My stepdad's gonna drive me
Oh, you do?
for the movie. Yeah. Well, I said we can probably leave just before 7, just so I can, because my mom wants popcorn too. So I'll grab her popcorn and then yeah.
Nobody cares about reindeer games.
I mean, we should probably podcast it because it's only 6 episodes.
I mean, yes, but like, what? It's literally just challenges. It's not even Big Brother.
Not at cutting out during the trailer for next week.
Well, I'll tell you what happens.
It's fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's all good. I'll watch it tonight. I'll rewatch it. I mean, mainly just rewatch the things I missed, but yeah. I'm just glad I got to see that because that was iconic. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we didn't I'm glad we actually watched this one live. Insane.
We're not Emily going for D.
Emily is such a guy's girl.
She kind of has to be.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, Austin voted for Kely. Oh, Julie voted for Kely. Emily, Drew, and D.
Oh, I saw a tweet that says a real threat to win. Kely got extremely unlucky, losing Brando, Caleb, and Bruce's final 10 vote. Going to be waiting impatiently for her to return. Oh yeah.
I mean, I think
Kely and
I
Caleb Kely and Caleb definitely are locks to come back.
I think Kely did anything wrong, to be honest. I think she just got really unlucky with Bruce not being able to vote and also like not having.
And then Drew didn't want to make her predictable with just Jake.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it sucks to see Kely go. I was really, really rooting for her. But my God, like what a fucking blindside. I would have never expected that to happen. And I'm very excited to see what happens moving forward. I think this is just shaping up to be a really great season. Oh, also, on the trailer, they talked about how 3 people are going to lose their vote next round. So we'll see what happens with that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm actually so excited. And I feel like at this point, Bruce is probably playing his idol.
Oh yeah, definitely. He definitely is.
He definitely needs it the most.
Unless he goes on an immunity run or something.
Oh my god, could you imagine?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it seems like Emily's like pushing for D next round, and it seems like they might make the move on her, but we'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and I think plug some things if you want to do that.
All right. So, obviously, stay tuned for House of Villains. We're gonna catch up on the recent episodes, and then probably do the podcast next week, and then the new episode will finally do weekly because obviously we've just been so behind and busy.
Yeah.
Obviously, and then all of our season reviews, Traders Canada, Traders US, The Mole, The Circle,
the fucking James Bond show that came out.
yes, the Squid Games. What else is there? What am I missing?
So much stuff.
A bunch of stuff. Oh, Buddy Games. All of our season reviews we'll probably just watch kind of whenever we have time, and then we'll do a review for it. So right now, it's mostly just Survivor and House of Villains.
Yeah, so, we have less on our plate. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I am still in shock at that episode. What an amazing episode, may I just say. I would have never predicted any of that was going to happen. Even when they said it was going to be Kely, I didn't actually think it was going to be Kely. That was absolutely insane.
Oh,
so,
I know. I would have thought Bruce would have found out and used his idol on her.
Yeah, that's what I think it happened so late. They
all the Bellows were shocked. That was insane.
Yeah. But yeah,
oh my God.
Other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, comment down below, let us know what you guys thought. Both of the episodes we talked about and this unexpected live reaction that we ended up doing. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And of course, remember, couples who podcast together, stay together. We will see you guys later.
Love you guys.